And this morning, as we're keeping an eye on a couple thunderstorms that are moving into parts of northern Illinois, some of us are seeing still some cloud cover, others sunshine before we see that severe threat later this afternoon. This is a live look out of your 13 WRAX camera. We just had a thunderstorm passing by. Might still see that as it continues to move into northern Illinois. In fact, here's what ExactTrack looks like. We're starting to see that thunderstorm moving into parts of Winnebago County and Boone County. It'll cross I-39 and continue to move southeast. The rest of us, though, quiet. That's the way we're going to stay for the next several hours, even after this passes. But at the moment, may end up seeing some gusty winds with this storm and heavy rain. Nickel-sized hail also is possible with lots of lightning really moving over right now. Loves Park, Rockford, Belvedere, Poplar Grove just had some of that move through. Well, it'll be quick, though, as we continue to get some dry time. Plus, today is still going to be hot and humid. Upper 80s expected by the afternoon. We'll, of course, still feel that humidity as we see that chance for stronger thunderstorms into the afternoon. Here's what the outlook looks like for today. A 3 out of 5 for Whiteside and Lee counties. We've been upgraded since yesterday, and a 2 out of 5 for the rest of us. The biggest concern is going to be destructive hail. We're talking over 2 inches in diameter possible, damaging wind gusts over 75 miles per hour, and there is still a low tornado risk as well, so can't rule that out. Here's what future track looks like as we head into the latter half of our morning and early afternoon. We're dry until about 2 o'clock. That's the earliest some of these thunderstorms will develop. They then move into northern Illinois, and you'll notice some of these cells gain strength, so they may pack a punch. This is close to 3:45. About an hour later, gets closer to I-88, and then starts to move out as we quiet things off once we get into our evening hours. But you might be wondering, how do we know how big some of those hailstones will be? Well, it's dependent on how much instability we have, because that instability, aka energy that the atmosphere has to work with, will help strengthen the updrafts. That brings that air into those thunderstorms, and as it does so, frozen water droplets are swept up by that updraft, and they're bounced around, especially above that freezing level. And those additional layers will develop on that ice as it keeps getting swept up and up and up. And the more energy that that thunderstorm has, the higher the updraft, the longer that hailstone will stay aloft. Now, eventually, the weight of that hailstone exceeds the force and strength of that updraft, so then it drops and it falls, something we might see later on. Again, 2 o'clock is the earliest some of these thunderstorms will develop, then they sweep through, and by the evening we're nice and quiet. But again, damaging wind gusts, destructive hail will be the biggest concern. You have anything outside, maybe take it in. If you have a garage, definitely utilize it later today. And again, we still have that low tornado risk as well. As we head into the overnight hours, though, the thunderstorms will exit, and so will the cloud cover. Your temperatures will drop in the low 60s as we welcome in downright beautiful conditions just in time for our Friday. Lots of sunshine, low 80s, even into Saturday, so warm and a little bit more comfortable if you ask me. A couple clouds, though, will move in on Saturday, and then we kick off the heat. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, you'll notice we kick off a stretch of the 90s starting Sunday, moving forward with a low chance for a couple pop-up thunderstorms. We'll know more once we get through the weekend, but we do look to stay hot and humid even into that extended forecast. Dylan.